Sagittarius, get ready for a time of extreme creativity, especially when you're surrounded by frustration of what may be perceived as incompetence. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Sagittarius, it is for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. It's an energy reading. So please don't feel stuck in any particular box. Whatever part of this natal chart it applies to, please apply it. Whatever part of your life it applies to, please apply it. I'll give examples to explain the energy, but if it sounds romantic and it applies more to your career, apply it where it resonates in your life. Feel free to leave your comments below because I love to hear what you guys have to say, and there's always an extended reading. Now, we're going to start with what's going on right now, and then we're going to get into a lot of the past because a lot of these cards fell out in the past. And then we'll get into the predictive, and the predictive goes into the extended so that we know what's coming out of it, what's going to happen. Though we started over here, and the extended links are down below. I'll pin them to the top of the comment section, and they're also at the top of the description box below. So what do I mean? So for most of this week, Jupiter, your ruling dignitary, is in retrograde. It's been in retrograde for a while, but it is now in Pisces in retrograde, where it is very considerate, conceptual, creative, and spiritual. It's almost psychic in a lot of ways. So it's more of an inward travel, an ethical travel into different beliefs and thought systems, as opposed to external travel, right? Like going out there and just meeting new people and discovering new things. It's more of actually just of going within, because in a lot of ways you've already done the work. That's another big aspect that we're dealing with throughout this week is the square to Jupiter's square to Mars. Mars is in retrograde. It's in retrograde in Gemini. You've already said the things that you've said. You've already thought these things. You've already had these conversations, but these conversations are coming up to you. It's like you're remembering old conversations or old information that you've learned, because it's now taking on new meaning to you and you have new ways to apply it. And then there's this quincunx primarily to the sun, and then later on the sun conjunct Mercury later on in the week, closer to that full moon, where everything kind of just explodes and comes out, and you finally are able to say what you need to say what you have been holding on to for a while. But I think it's also a sense of you're finally able to share it. You're willing to bring it to light. You have the confidence to say, hey, this is what's been on my mind. This is what I think. This is a good idea. So this is a really clever and creative week for you. I think the challenges will be in, I think, the frustration that you're going to feel with other people around you, but that's going to serve as inspiration to sort of light the fire under this clever ideas. There's so many different things out there. There's so many different opportunities and options for you that you may not have even realized, but they're coming to the surface for you to actually review them this week. So time for a deep dive is where we start, all the way over in the past. So this is a relationship that you got into, that you dive into, that you felt really good about, really happy about. It was really romantic, and it was really wonderful. And even if it wasn't a relationship, it could have been a job that just felt perfect. Like something just felt absolutely perfect, and it was different than you normally would have done. This is Sagittarius energy, but I think that the difference was what attracted you. It was, yeah, I've never tried this before. I've never done it this way before. Let me try this. So it was a divergence, but at the same time, it was so ideal. How could I not try it? We're describing the situation that's leading up to the present day, so bear with me. Then we have take time out. This was, once again, a break from your norm, but also there was defensiveness to be met. Something that was really making you happy was really confronted, maybe negatively, by forces outside, or there was an authority figure or some sort of authority that you had to face. It doesn't mean that it was impossible. It means it was met with challenges, which could also have really kind of fed your fire to want to do it your way, and it made that thing, whatever that situation was, even more romantic, even more decadent, even more attractive. Yeah. Okay. Then we have dream the world into being. You had been seeing these dreams or thinking these dreams or coming up with the way that you wanted the world to be around then. And I think it was because you started to realize, I don't want the world to be this way. I don't want to have to keep confronting this shit. I don't want to have to keep dealing with this crap. I shouldn't have these stressors or these pains or these obstacles in my life. This is really irritating. So it was around that time that something started to stew or brew in your head. Life is a mystery. I don't think you knew how you were going to be able to do it. I think there was a lot of unknowns. Also, yeah, there was just a lot of unknowns. Let's keep going. And then we have lay a solid foundation. 6 of, maybe there was a lot of unknowns, especially around work or around a work situation, or you felt that you had to keep a disguise on or not tell people because that's the way, especially when it came to work, because of authority figures, or maybe that it wouldn't have been approved if something was taboo. So there was just a sense of you had to pretend. You had to pretend or keep a mask on, or you were just dealing sort of with, like, yeah, having to kind of put a facade on. I don't know what this is, but I'm sure you do. Leave the comments below, because I would love to know. And while you're there, boop that like button, because it really helps the channel. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic, and this is 6/6. So I think what happened here was, well, trust in the magic just means sort of giving over to something that was brand new. But also, since we now have a lot of 6s on the table, it seems like there was an excess. So something got over romanticized because of the power of the conflict or the challenge to it. Because it was so challenged, it sort of got really desirable because of the challenge to it. I don't know why Spirit needed to tell me that story, but a lot of it came out. So let's look here. We have surrender now. So moving forward, this is your energy, just giving over to something, having to just let go and trust. Maybe this is an extension of trust in the magic. Moving forward, it's almost like a moth to a flame. You were so attracted to something, you could not keep yourself away from it. Embrace the in-between, whereas something is transitioning right now or transitional. It's trying to get back into balance. So there's just this sense of surrender to get things back into balance. Okay, and then we have Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. So many cards came out. It was kind of crazy. So you see clearly now. It's almost like in some ways you're able to sort of release all this tension that's been building up and allow yourself to be a little bit more objective over things. The truth comes out, seeing something clearly for what it is, not what you wanted it to be. A situation is like the truth of the situation. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it just means that it's like all of a sudden things are starting to become clearer to you now than they had been. And then there is freedom is yours and you are never alone. So both of these are upright, meaning you're free to love who you want to love. You're free to be with who you want to be with. You're free to be good at what you want to be good at. You're free to it's almost like, yeah, you just liberating, free to pursue what it is that is driving your heart, is inspiring your heart. Now, why this change? What has changed? And nothing has come out. I'll show you guys the deck. I'll show you guys the table. Nothing has come out in the future. We have this whole section here, which is just completely open, right? So what is coming out there? That's what I really, really want to know. I'm going to pull a moon card simply because, here, let me do this. I'm going to pull a moon card simply because we are headed toward this exceptional full moon eclipse. So let's see what we can expect from that. Moon cards on the table are be bold and make the first move. So in other words, don't wait. It doesn't have to make sense. If it's just pulling you toward it, then go ahead. I feel like this is also an energy with you. You're getting your self-esteem back, or you're feeling really confident right now in moving forward with something that basically you've been thinking of for a while. You've been desiring for a while. This is a sense of it's not something new. It may look like something new on the outside, but it's not something new. It's been something that has been brewing for a while. You are good enough, realizing that you're good enough to heal. Maybe jumping into your own healing, or healing in a sense, jumping into healing, feeling like you're good enough to feel good, and your commitment is being tested. So there are definitely challenges here. How badly do you want to be well? How badly do you want to heal? What does this mean to you? There could be setbacks, or just a sense of carrying the load for so long and you're only halfway there, but you are halfway there. And you didn't come this far to only get that far, right? Hold on. So that's where we find ourselves right now. Be specific, God. How is this really majorly impacting Sagittarius? 9 of Wands. It's you fought long and hard for this. You fought many battles for this. It's also a sense of maybe you fought too many battles. Feeling like it's almost like that's where you are right now. You feel wounded. You feel like it's just all you've been doing is fighting. All you've been doing is being tested, right? That's kind of how it feels right now. Ace of Pentacles there's a wonderful financial opportunity coming through. King of Wands, maybe it is you yourself discovering a new way to make money, discovering a creative way to make money. Trust in yourself is what it's saying. It's something you already have in your hands, everything that you need to succeed. This is also the sun coming up on you after a time when you felt like you were really beaten up and battle wound, like battle scars. That's what it is. However you were really harmed or hurt, it's saying that's clearing up. You'll start to see a huge break in the clouds throughout this week when it comes to kind of feeling your vitality come back after just having to take a lot of hits. And it could come in the form of a new opportunity, an opportunity that is presenting itself maybe for you to make money, or for you to just see the sun. It's like the sun's coming out after a long time of feeling kind of cruddy. It doesn't mean that it's all over, like there's all the challenges are all cleared up, but it does mean like you're starting to feel like, oh, there's another I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We have 6 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles. That's really weird that those two cards are coming out together. 6 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles is like all these opportunities are coming to you, but 5 of Pentacles says you still feel broke. So it's almost like there's a lot of stuff coming at you, or maybe you've opened up a lot of, it's like you have all these opportunities in your hand, but they don't actually get you unstuck from a situation that you're in. It's like, okay, great for all these offers, but are all these offers worth anything? Wow. You let me know. Tell me. Are all these offers worth anything? The moon is here. Once again, this is secrets, but this is also the new moon. Why did the new moon drop here? Something that you were hiding at work, or some sort of work that you were hiding, or maybe that's on the DL. What does that have to do with anything? It's like you have all these opportunities, but for some reason you still feel like there's an opportunity there that you don't want to take. Or Why? Give me a second. What do you mean by this, God? What do you mean? What do you want me to say? What do you need me to tell them? What do you mean by this? Love is all around. Love is all around. This is Gemini energy. That means it's almost like you're talking again. It's like you're able to say things again. You're able to speak again. Maybe you're able to actually connect again. You know, it's like it's just at the right time too, because there was a part of you that was really depleted. But there's just this sense of a lot of flattery. There's a sense of a lot of importance. There's a sense of a lot of things that have to be said. Love is all around. Okay. Are you making an announcement? The Hanged Man. The Chariot. These are contradictions. They came up again. You have the Hanged Man and then you have the Chariot. You have the Six of Pentacles and you have the Five of Pentacles. You have the weather-worn and browbeaten, but then you have the shining and spectacular. It's almost like this hot and cold. I understand. In a year's time, you'll be able to move forward. That's what it says. This time right now is kind of like the limbo. It's kind of like enjoy yourself, enjoy where you're at. There is a sense of constant contradiction, a sense of stop and go, a sense of, all I'm saying is this. Let's just break it down. You will be able to move forward in a year's time. The Chariot is here, say by July. There's some sense of progress that is to be made. There's some sense of you'll know maybe where your family's at better. You'll know where you want to go better. Right now, it's not for lack of opportunity. It's for lack of you really knowing what you really want to do, what really turns you on, where you want to go next. So there's a sense of maybe it's good that you just stay for a while. And this is casting out to a year. Of what though? For what? What is this all about? Seven of Cups, confusion. You really don't know which direction you want to go. It's like you have so many opportunities on the table, you're confused. I don't believe in confusion. I believe confusion is bullshit. I believe that confusion is the state of mind that you get into when you really know what you want, but you're trying to convince yourself that you want something else. So the Seven of Cups comes out. For me, it says everything. Oh, I have so many choices, but you don't want any of them. That's why. Because if you really wanted any of them, it wouldn't be hard to choose. You wouldn't be confused. Confusion is a no. Confusion is there's nothing in front of me that I actually want, but I want to make people happy or choose, or you don't want it. If you wanted it, you would grab it. So there is that sense of you're seeing a lot in front of you, but nothing is really worth anything. You're not really seeing, you understand and you realize that all the stuff that's in front of you is kind of just like floaty bullshit. Whatever this is, if it's opportunities, if it's a career, if it's jobs, if it's partners, whatever it is, it's like there's all these offers coming in, but nothing has a real value. But I can tell you this right now, when you're going to move forward from this current state that you're kind of like hemming and hawing over right now is a year from now. So what do they do? What are they supposed to do in that year's time? You could also, somebody might be also buying a new car. In a year's time, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be getting a new job. Or you're going to be getting a new way of working, a new form of working. This is that transitional phase where you're supposed to be digging down and using your connections and using these opportunities to see what's out there for you. The good news here is that you're opened up, that you want to know more, that you're now open and capable of considering different choices. This is it, though. A judgment is made by the King of Pentacles. There's some sort of ambiguity in your life right now, especially maybe surrounding a job. You're going to know for sure right away. And I tell you, you're going to end up on top, but that doesn't mean that you want to be where you are. It's okay. At least the worry has gone away. So if you were a little bit concerned with regards to especially a working situation, the King of Pentacles is here. It could actually be a person. It could be describing an earth sign male that is very reasonable, responsible, practical, considerate, really great with money. The judgment is coming in your favor. Or it's a good time to make an investment and decide to start, like, it's almost like, don't worry about what's coming from outside, what's coming from inside of you. What is it that you want to invest your money in? What is it that you want to invest your time in? That's what you should really be worried about. It's not about what they're offering you. It's what you can create. I'm going to go to the extended because this was really ambiguous and I want to dig down into details. The links are below. Guys, I'll see you there. Bye, Sag.